Hello and welcome to Marketing Mondays. Before we dive into the headline, I have a quick update. I will no longer be rushing through 3 headlines in one video. I've realized how cognitively taxing that can be to take it all in one go. So now I'll have 3 videos from Monday to Wednesday, each roughly 5 minutes, talking about one headline. And today we will be talking about the restaurant business, or rather the ongoing tussle between the food aggregators and the National Restaurant Association of India. Now, NRAI has claimed that Swiggy and Zomato are creating a monopoly which is hurting their restaurant partners. Some of these allegations that they've made to the Competition Commission of India are that of deep discounting, masking consumers' data from the restaurants, violation of platform neutrality, and forced bundling of services. Now, what do these 4 things actually mean? The first allegation, that of deep discounting. Now here, restaurants say that unless they participate in the programs to provide customers with cutthroat discounts, their restaurants are getting deprioritized. To this allegation, the CEO of the soon-to IPO Zomato said that this concern was misplaced. And I kind of agree, because this ties back to the very fundamental aspect of marketing, the 4 Ps. Product, place, promotion and price. Now it does not need a Philip Kotler to figure out that, with the same product features and benefits, people will opt for one that has the best promotion and at a reasonable price, which is what is happening in the case of these restaurant apps. If suppose we are craving for Chinese, we'd go on to these apps because, hey, COVID, thanks for locking me in. And then we check out the restaurants matching our search against the discounts offered or the best price at which we can get the same. And thanks to network effects, more the people who order on those restaurants, the more it will bump up in the search results. Does this mean Swiggy or Zomato are forcing them to enter into the deep discounting program? Not really. Then who's to blame? Well, us consumers, of course. Next was the complaint of masking users' data from the restaurant partners. So back in the days when restaurant delivery apps or food delivery apps had just started out, every time you placed an order with them, your number would be directly shared with the restaurant partners, the delivery partners, along with your order details. And this resulted in customers complaining about random pings and unwanted calls. So the app started masking out the consumer's personal data. And Zomato responded saying that they are in fact sharing the feedback from consumers back to the restaurant partners to better their offerings. But like with any platform, it's the platform that wins out. Because the restaurant has only information about the consumers who have placed orders with them, the platform has access to all orders that were ever made by a consumer. And they can use that to tie back to their understanding of the user's profile and their behavior so much more better. And of course, personalize offers and get a better result on their platform, which is related to the third allegation made, which is a violation of platform neutrality. We've already established how data generated by the consumers powers these platforms and personalizes offers to entice us consumers to order more. And when we have cloud kitchens also competing with restaurants listed on the platform, it does have some credence to the allegations, doesn't it? And by the way, cloud kitchens intrinsically have a cost advantage. Unlike regular restaurants, which have to invest in real estate, decor, staff and the work, cloud kitchens operate out of a tiny space with just a team of chefs working on a set menu. So not only are the costs reduced, but so are the complexities. And a standardized process almost always reduces the turnaround time, and time is money. Jokes aside, who doesn't want a fast turnaround time? Imagine a hot meal directly on your plate, right? So yes, on that point, I will be siding with NRAI over here. And that brings us to the last charge, which is of the forced bundling of services. Quite frankly, I wasn't aware that this was truly happening because, when Swiggy launched, it was a food delivery app, so it kind of makes sense. But Zomato, they were a restaurant discovery platform and a table booking platform. They later got into the food ordering business, and even then they kept the option open for restaurants to just take deliveries on their apps or use their delivery fleet as well. And the charges were obviously different for that. But yeah, Swiggy always insisted on their delivery partners getting that job. In a way, you could argue that, Swiggy was helping to bring about a lot of new employment opportunities. But then we all know the mega commission that they'd make. Still, bird in hand is worth two in the bush. Now, since the pandemic, Swiggy and Zomato have been pushing for restaurants that list on their platform to use their delivery services only. I could think of a couple of reasons why. First, after a lot of smooching with the authorities, the aggregator platforms got permissions to resume delivery of food during the first lockdown. And they could do that due to their strength in numbers. Whereas the restaurant partners simply did not have that clout. Well, they could have followed the age-old adage of united we stand, divided we... You get the gist. Anyway, that paved the way for Swiggy and Zomato to dictate the terms, so to speak. And since consumers also didn't have any other option, they did away with the discount features too, brought in new COVID-related packing charges, jacked up the delivery prices, and introduced a tipping feature on top of that. And while we saw the numbers playing out in Zomato's favor in their DRHP or their draft red herring prospectus, where they showed a spectacular unit economics, I'm guessing the scene wasn't too different at Swiggy either. But still, we haven't answered the question. Why would they be pushing for bundling, ordering and delivery, and why now? Couple of reasons that I could think of. One, they can train their delivery staff on COVID related protocols and ensure that all details of their delivery agents are being shared with the end consumers so as to foster a feeling of trust and safety. Had the job been delegated to the individual restaurants, ensuring that the said protocols were being followed would have been slightly tricky. The other reason, we already touched upon it. It was way easier for them to show the numbers in order to get permission to operate under essential services when we had the first set of lockdowns. By the way, looks like the restaurants finally got the memo on strength in numbers, because NRAI announced that they will be launching their own loyalty app come this August-September. And this will be unlike Swiggy Super or Zomato Gold, because it's going to be a free of charge app for the consumers to use. Free in exchange for their data, of course. Just kidding. Mr. Jaspal Sabharwal had this to say, and I'm quoting, "We now have an industry where profits have evaporated, restaurants are dying, and valuation of delivery apps and a couple of hotel chains are soaring. Further, even at the height of their success, delivery apps aren't making any money." And of course, social media had to come up with graphs and numbers to support that, which in my opinion was just so misguided. Because seriously, you're comparing the revenues of a single chain restaurant with national biggies and food aggregators, and on the other hand, you also keyed in a lot of hotels. Apple, oranges and pears much. Anyway, will this affect the upcoming IPO of Zomato? Well, I wanted to keep my counsel on IPO to myself because I'm not particularly gung-ho about the whole food aggregator business. Not because of all that we mentioned right now or because that the competition is heating up in this space, but it's really the nature of deep discounting, which is surely a win for us consumers, but not so much for the business bottom lines. But I do see some merits in Zomato, but that's a debate for another video. Maybe. But now I'd like to sign off, and I hope to see you in my next video, which will probably be about the future of email marketing thanks to the iOS 15 announcements. And if you do want to watch that and stay in the loop, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon if you like. And if you like this video and would like to show your appreciation for the same, do like it and share it with your friends who will also enjoy. If you'd like to add your comments and let me know what else I could have covered in this, do drop me a comment below. And with that, I do hope to see you next time. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.